This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Crown and Andrews Board Games. Fun for the whole family. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.
Hello Australia, welcome to episode 622. 622, we've checked it. Yes, 2 people have checked it. On the couch. Thanks for your company. On the show today, Demelza Leonard joins us for music. Later on, Steve is back with some comedians and we're calling it the Pontificates. Stick around for that. We're talking to Heart. They do amazing work with animals here in Perth. We'll promote them as well. We're also talking to a fantastic guy who is performing the opening and closing songs for us today. His name is Truth. Demelza will be talking to him. And later on, we do some cooking, tiramisu to be exact, and we give away a ticket for 2 on Scoot to go to Singapore. We tried to do that. We've tried for 4 weeks. We must give it away today. It is The Couch. It's episode 622. Starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. It's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can see it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred. And the best in town. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. Oh.
Opening the show today, we've got MC Truth, the fantastic self-written song. It's called I Write. Please make him welcome.
Yeah. See, sometimes in life it can get you down. The way I deal with life is to write about it. Here's a sneak peek. Yo. I see a planet where most are starving, like starving Marvins, cause our hosts' hearts are hardened. They don't believe in ghosts, but believe in Martians. So for the most, I got to keep on marching. You don't think my soul cries when I see their bellies? Rich men roll their eyes when they see on telly. Youngers with no food, gangs with guns in your hood. Kids high strung cause the dope is good. Something about that I can't quite compute. And nothing they give us is facts and we stay mute. We turning into a bunch of ignorant bluffs, learning to take a punch instead of learning how to duck. I'm trying to stay strong like a soldier. All these going-ons I have to carry on my shoulders. So I'm looking at an insane world through sane eyes, the pain and lies. And here's why. I write to survive, I write to feel alive. It's the only thing in my life that I know is right. I write to be free, I write to be me. I write to right the wrongs, holler if you hear me. I write it for my fam, I write it for my land. I write it for the fans that have faith in this man. I write it for my crew, I write it for you. And finally I write it so I can find the truth. See the eyes of a loved one with cancer. She believed with no surprise when I answered that I didn't know if she'd die. Hurt mixed with anger, the words that it changed. It could make me burst at a stranger. From a beauty to a bag of bones. From having a booty to feeling like she's sitting on stones. And I know that her heart is pure. It's hard to endure. God take charge and find the cure. There are others, she ain't the only one. A sick mother and I ain't the only son. That is felt useless when he know clueless. Praying that the hand that was dealt was ruthless. Why it happens, I see a question mark. A silent assassin, the opposite quest from Mars. So I'm looking at an insane world to sane eyes, the pain and lies. And here's why. I write to survive, I write to feel alive. It's the only thing in my life that I know is right. I write to be free, I write to be me. I write to right the wrongs, holler if you hear me. I write it for my fam, I write it for my land. I write it for the fans that have faith in this man. I write it for my crew, I write it for you. And finally I write it so I can find the truth. Try and fathom losing the infant in your womb. She imagined the innocent playing in his room. Teaching him how to count, teaching him to make a ball bounce. Feeling his breathing went out for the count. She pictured a university graduate that could scissor through any adversity. Plus he was compassionate, became the best husband, a father to kids that trust him in life. He tried harder cause he loved them. Snap back to the now, a doctor saying stillborn has synapses shouting out how a dream into a nightmare. She deemed like not fair, screamed at the supreme in the night air. How is this even possible? She now exists in a sorrowful despair and life is not optional. She's looking at an insane world through pain eyes. She's so drained, so much pain, so now you know why. I write to survive, I write to feel alive. It's the only thing in my life that I know is right. I write to be free, I write to be me. I write to right the wrongs, holler if you hear me. I write it for my fam, I write it for my land. I write it for the fans that have faith in this man. I write it for my crew, I write it for you. And finally I write it so I can find the truth.
There you go. That is MC Truth. And he'll be talking to our next presenter. Demelza, welcome. He'll be talking to you after the break, I believe.
He will,
So
yes.
look forward to that. And you've known him for a while, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, over a decade now. So
Fantastic.
yeah,
Great song.
awesome song.
And I know you're
song.
not singing for us today because you're covering music.
Yes.
What have we got today?
Yeah, well, guess what? The Gallagher brothers are at it again.
Causing trouble, wrecking hotel
More
rooms?
so having issues with each other. And
Really?
and this time it's over the World Cup. Yes.
Well, one goes for Croatia, one goes for England?
No,
or-
Liam was singing England's praises leading up to the World Cup, obviously being the whole, the cup's coming home, and now we know the cup didn't come home. However, Noel kept tweeting and saying it's not coming home, using a few choice words
Yes,
as he tends to do. What are you talking about? To, of course, as soon as the cup, they lost the match.
Basically, they're not going to be in it.
Well,
It's gonna
basically,
be
they're
France.
out.
Is it France and
It's France and Croatia.
That's
yeah.
why England got dumped.
And so Liam's turned around and said the naysayers, like his brother, put a curse on the England team, and that his brother is now # under the thumb.
He could be right. That curse could be called Trump.
Yeah, that too, quite possibly. So yeah, so they're at it over the Soccer World Cup.
Will they ever give up?
I don't know.
If they're not, I'd rather they go back to wrecking hotel rooms. I think.
Well,
that was-
I'm actually looking at Noel to turn around and tweet, "Don't look back in anger, Liam," and see what comes from that.
Yeah, and what
But
about, you didn't tell me about Justin Bieber. Did he just get engaged
he
or
did just
married?
get engaged to Hayley Baldwin.
And it was all done secret and
Stephen
quick.
Baldwin's missus. So, well, they've been on and off in between the whole Selena Gomez
What's
situation.
the rumour? I keep hearing
so-
there's something there. They reckon, they had to get engaged quick. What was that? Was that because...
See, I think people seem to think she may be pregnant,
Yeah,
but
that's
then
what I
both of them
thought.
have become very highly religious, and her dad is so Stephen Baldwin,
Yeah.
part of the infamous Baldwin family. He's a pastor.
Oh,
So yeah, so
Well, and you look
watch
Justin
this space.
Bieber, a happy
Yes.
Justin Bieber, a
Yes.
polite Justin
Someone
Bieber.
else who's actually gotten engaged recently is
Yeah.
Ariana Grande.
Really?
She's engaged to Saturday Night Live's Pete Davidson.
Ah.
Now, she's actually excited her fans because she's posted a picture of herself with Madonna and has used the caption, "Thank you, Madonna, you know why." So they think there might be a collaboration coming
Oh, I thought you were going to
with
say some
good old
little secret
Madge.
there, Madonna's in love.
Well,
I
you
had
know,
to ask you which one's Madonna then. Because I tell you what, she's looking different.
she is looking very
A little
different.
bit of work maybe on the
very
face, do you
different.
think?
Well, it's Madonna, and she has
can
to keep
afford it.
herself relevant. That's how she's based her entire career and been
I'm
able
going
to
to
span
ask for
as.
some tips to how to stay relevant. I'll tell you what. She looks like 20 years
Ask-
younger,
ask
but she
Madonna.
does look good.
And the reason why people are excited is because with the caption that Ariana posted was a Golden Gate emoji. Now, everything music associated, she's been posting this emoji, and that's where that's why they think there could be a collaboration.
Oh.
It might be something totally different. They might be working on a fashion design
Well,
label
something's
together or
happening.
something, but
Something's in the wind.
So
What
watch
was the
this
news you
space.
told me about my Bachelor girl? We talked about
So
them
yeah,
last week.
last time we talked about Bachelor Girl,
Yeah.
the Where Are They Now segment, and where were they? They actually released a new single. So yeah.
So is
So they are
Bachelor
back to
Girl
making
more than
music.
one person?
Yeah, it was Tanya Doko and there was a guy. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Tanya's the one that sang Hit by a Bus.
Yeah, so she's the singer, and then she also did a bit with pop stars. She's done a bit with recording with artists who've performed through those music
there you go.
reality
Fans,
shows and
she's
things like
coming
that.
back.
They are coming,
coming back.
back. Now, someone else who is coming to Australia
Mm-hmm.
is 21 Pilots. So they are hitting Australian shores right around Australia in December, and it's coming off the back of their 5th studio album, Trench, which is due out in October. They've also just released 2 new tracks. This is one of them, which is Jumpsuit. So exciting. 21 Pilots. So exciting stuff
I don't
for
mind the
those fans.
sound. The sound is
I
all right.
actually really like
sort of
them.
boy bandish.
Oh, I'd beg to differ on
What
that
do you
one.
reckon they sound like?
You know what?
Linkin
I think they're kind of Linkin Park was a little bit of that new metal
Yeah,
side
yeah.
of things. So yeah, but huge at the moment.
Would you be
and
playing them on your 24/7 station?
if it gets requested?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
So
not a natural
if it's
fit.
requested, yeah, we do.
So if I
play.
write to you and request ABBA, you'll play it.
We can give you a whole hour of requests.
Oh,
if
thank you.
want
Make sure it's not all
to have
ABBA. I get your hint. Thanks, Demelza.
Shall we have a look at the top three?
Why don't we do that? Since it's your last show. Top three. There you go.
Coming in at number 3, Drake featuring Michael Jackson with Don't Matter to Me. And number 2, it is Girls Like You, Maroon 5 with the new mama Cardi B. And at number 1, it is Five Sauce with Youngblood, still
all three.
at number 1.
Not bad.
I'm
then.
loving that number 2 song, the Girls Like You song with
Now-
Maroon 5.
Just quickly before we go,
Yes.
tell us about your Boss Radio.
Yeah, so it's a 24-hour online radio station which is dedicated to small businesses, freelancers, creatives, basically anyone with a dream
So
or a goal.
24 hours.
24
You're
hours.
looking for young, old, middle age, whoever.
Yeah,
male
anyone
or
with
female.
an idea for either a business or they have a business and they just want tips and hints on how to make it even more successful than what it already is. And then we pair all that awesome programming with 80s, 90s to
What a
today
wonderful
music.
concept. That's something
Thank
very
you.
original, isn't it?
I would like to think so.
So if you're thinking of suing, you can't.
Yeah.
We have no money. No, it's a great idea.
Thank you.
What's it called again?
Boss Mode Radio.
Boss Mode Radio. Look it up on Google. What's the website?
BOSSMODE Radio.
She knows it well. Thank you very much to Demelza, and I'll see
Thank
you
you.
after the break
I'll be
with
back a little bit later.
Truth.
Yes.
And we'll see you after the break with more. We're talking heart, we're talking truth, and we're giving away a trip to Singapore with Scoot. See you then. Welcome back to the couch. Time now to talk about a fantastic charity that looks after the welfare of animals. And with them is our very own welfare officer on the couch, Nisha Seth.
Thank you, Fred. Yes, great to have both MJ and Dave on the couch from Heart today. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
So tell us a bit about Heart, because you both have a bit of a personal story in terms of what it means to you, and I'm sure the audience would love to hear that.
Yeah, so Heart has been around for about 6 years, and we've been in rescue for just over 10. And we got into rescue because we moved to a country town and realised the animals used to get shot there. So when they came into the pound, so there was just a need, and we just sort of stepped up to fill the need. And it's very rewarding.
Wonderful. And you both have backgrounds in rescue as well. Dave, you're mentioning offline that you've been involved in other rescue associations as well.
Yeah, so we've also the whole of Heart in terms of its foundation was based around other people coming from different rescues and just wanting to try and do something just a little bit different without having to rewrite the entire thing. But so we've all, between us, we've probably got over maybe over 100 years experience between everybody.
Wow.
And we think we're doing a pretty good job at it.
Fantastic. And we've got Cuba here as well, of course, one of our star attractions that's attracting everyone in the studio at the moment. Welcome.
He's pretty chilled at being a star.
Yeah.
And he was a fail in the sense that he never left your home, Dave.
Yeah, pretty much. I picked Cuba up. We use kennels that are working kennels sometimes for our dogs if we don't have any foster care for them. And over Christmas, those kennels obviously like to earn their own money, and people go away at Christmas. Yeah. So we have to get the dogs out. And he came out with me for a couple of weeks over Christmas and pretty much hasn't left. No, and
I think from the moment he walked in the door, I think I got a call about an hour later. He's the perfect dog.
Yeah.
Why hasn't he had a home before?
I probably had
That's so
about
nice.
150 animals through my house over the years, and he's the only one I've kept. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. And as HEART, I guess, stands for, it's the Homeless and Abused Rescue Team.
Yep.
So tell us a bit about the business in the sense of you provide a lot of different services. What do they look like?
Yeah, so we're a foster-based rescue. We help people in situations where they need to move and things like that. So they might need to rehome their animals, and we also rescue from pounds, so council pounds where they only have 72 hours or 7 days, depending on whether they're microchipped. Before they're euthanized. So that's mostly where our animals come from. Yeah,
We're seeing some of the gorgeous animals on screen now.
they are just gorgeous.
just like to point out that's not a real baby.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Very good.
And that's Scooby. He's looking for adoption at the moment. So we've got a number of gorgeous animals.
Oh, lovely. No, getting along well, playing nicely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. So, of course, to keep such a meaningful operation going, you do need the generous support of the community. So what can people do to assist, particularly with, maintaining the care for the animals when they come into your care?
Absolutely. So there's a few ways for people to help out. Fostering, either short-term or long-term, recommending us to their friends who are looking for animals to adopt instead of going to a pet shop.
Okay.
Also, we rely solely on the generosity of the public for donations. So, we have quite large, substantial vet bills at the moment. So we put regular donation call-outs for people, and we've also got an event coming up.
Excellent,
as well.
a quiz night, I hear.
quiz night.
Okay, so what can we expect if we come to the quiz night, and when is it?
Oh, that's going to be amazing. So
Yeah.
barbecue. Do you know barbecue?
I'm not hip or funky enough, I don't think.
Barbecue is a local drag queen.
Oh, okay.
It's so cool.
She's a big supporter of ours.
That's really great.
So she's going to be MC.
Yep, she'll be MC, so that'll be a lot of fun.
That will
She's
be.
very funny.
I'm sure that'll be
Yeah.
amazing. Fantastic. And when is it, or where can people find out more? Because I know there's lots of details.
Yeah, so people can find out anything. We've got a website they can go to, which is heart.org.au. There's links on there to purchase tickets. You can also check out our Facebook page. We've got an event created on our Facebook page for it.
Brilliant.
Which is facebook.com/heartav. And yeah, so tickets are $25 each. Or
Wonderful.
I think there's a
I think
discount.
it's 200 for a table of 10. Yeah.
Fantastic. So a great opportunity to stay connected with your
Yes.
friends and also help out a really wonderful cause.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming on the show today, guys. Doing such a meaningful job, and we look forward to having you on again.
Would
Thank
love
you.
to.
Thank
And
you
good
so
luck
much.
at the quiz. No, absolute pleasure.
Are you coming?
I would love to come from here. I'm going to Europe shortly, but if I'm here, I will definitely come. Look, thank you so much, guys, also for watching this segment. If you've missed any of that information, you can, of course, go to thecouch.com.au, our Facebook page as well. But for now, it's back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Nisha. A great organisation. I'll be coming to your quiz. Now, when is it again?
Thank you. It's the
4th of August.
4th of August. I think I can come along.
Yay!
Perfect.
That would
Bring a
be
table.
amazing.
Quick question just before we go to our next competition. Does it cost money for people to adopt, foster or provide the services
Yeah,
you provide?
so foster care is free. You basically provide a home, food if you can, we will provide it if not. Adoption fees vary from $5.50 for an adult dog, any age.
Which includes
or
all the vaccinations.
sterilisation,
Yeah.
vaccination, all of the
Beautiful.
So we've just had one dog who had cancer and his same adoption fee, as all of
Beautiful.
the others. Yeah.
Now, look, fantastic work that you guys do. There's so many organisations that do this sort of work with animal welfare. It's nice to give you publicity. Are you national or just locally in Perth?
Just local.
So there you go. There's another reason why local people like John Hughes and all these sort of people, I'm not centering him out, but there's a lot of business people in Perth that can probably throw a few $1,000s your way. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we love that money going to Heart. Check out our website for more details. Thank you to Nisha as well. Time for us to have a heart and give away a trip for two to Singapore. Thanks to Scoop. We're going to ring our contestant, Jane Baxter-Swale from Glenroy in Victoria. We're going to dial the number because we're going to get straight into it today. But we would love you to win. Okay, so Jane Baxter-Swale, I think I've got that right, in Glenroy in Victoria. Let's dial the number, Ben, and let's see if she picks up the phone within 5 rings. And thanks to Scoot, she'll fly the Dreamliner with 2 of them to Singapore. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. She misses out, but that's okay. We'll cut that off. We won't bother running the competition, how to enter. We'll go straight to our next segment, and then after the break, I'll give you details. We're going to try and give it away with another local contestant because we're giving it away today no matter what. If not, Nisha's going to fly to Singapore. And she's going to take Cuba with her as a second seat. So,
Gorgeous. Want to come?
thank you very much. Now, as you know, earlier in the show, we had a fabulous artist. His name is Truth. Now to talk to Truth, as they move off the couch, is our very own Demelza with Truth.
Thanks, Fred. You would have seen him performing earlier in the show. I am joined by Truth. Truth, welcome to the couch.
Thank you, Demelza. I really appreciate you guys having me on.
Who is Truth for the viewers at home? Who are you?
Okay, so Truth, I'm an MC, I'm a hip-hop artist. Truth, spelled TROOTH, stands for the Raw Episodes of Time's History. The name came about because in the early 90s, I saw a lot of hip-hop artists rapping about things that they weren't necessarily about, talking about gangsterisms when they weren't really gangsters, etc., etc. I have found that the best art is when the artist is being sincere and truthful to himself and expressing themselves from that place. It's always the best art. You know, like actors who actually feel the emotions of the character, they always win Oscars. You know, so I kind of promised myself that with my music, I would always present something that was truthful for me, and it was always real.
Now, you know, speaking of being real, you're very open about the negative and darker aspects of what you faced in your life, and you use that in some of the work that you do today. What drove you then to hip hop? Because you are saying that, you know, it was full of violence, drugs, misogyny. What made you fall in love with the form?
Well, I came from a background, I still come from the background of alcoholism and drug addiction and you know, those negative aspects of my life. And one of the ways I dealt with life on life's terms is to write, to creatively express myself through rap. I always compare it to a rice cooker. If you ever see a rice cooker and the lid, when it's really, when there's a lot of steam, the lid just comes up and a little bit of steam comes out.
Yeah.
When I was facing really big adversities in my life, the writing was like steam, a little bit of steam coming out. And you know, instead of doing something that was destructive, I would write a rap. When I'm happy, I write a rap. When I'm sad, I write a rap, you know. And it really saved my life. Now, with hip hop, I know hip hop gets a really bad rap. A lot of people see that it's just a big whole bunch of booty shaking, big gold, you know.
All that twerking.
Yeah, all that twerking, you know, big gold chains and rappers talking about how good they are and, you know, all that sort of stuff. To me, that's the corporate side of what sells. But when hip hop started back in the Bronx in the 1970s, it was about bettering your community. It was about turning a negative into a positive. It was about, you know, bettering your brothers and sisters. That's the foundation of hip hop. And that's what I follow today, you know. And sometimes, you know, people get it misconstrued that it's just negative and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, I try and make music that's the opposite to that.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess it's, you know, as you mentioned, it was the start of hip hop was that Sedgwick Ave. It was about the block parties because of all the gang violence that was happening. It was a way to make people find another avenue and a creative avenue.
Exactly. Peace, love, unity, and having fun.
Exactly, exactly. Now, you've channeled that into actually working with kids nowadays as well and teaching them how hip hop can be a little bit more positive with that. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, cool. So I run Reach One, Teach One, which is an organisation. We work with youth who I guess have challenges in life, similar to the way I grew up.
Yeah.
And I show them basically what I do. I show them how to use creative writing as a way to deal with life on life's terms. But it's a little bit more than that. So I use hip hop as a medium, but I teach them about things like resentment, self-pity, self-righteousness, you know, all the selves that gets us into trouble.
Yeah.
You know, the pitfalls of life that kind of block love flowing through us, you know. I see a lot of kids who are so talented, but they just block. They have fears, or they have things that, you know, they have a lot of shame or whatever it is. And hip hop allows them to drop that guard and actually be themselves and be innocent kids. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
I guess, you know, and also teaching them that they don't all have to be like 50 Cent.
Exactly. Most of the kids come in and that's their idea. Gangster, gangster, gangster. I'm like, chill, brother. Let's talk about something that's really important to you, you know. Let's talk about how you struggle with something or whatever it is, you know. And once I show them my music, they kind of go, oh, okay, it's all right for me to talk about my feelings. Yeah. It's all right for me to talk about emotions, especially with the fellas, because the guys are like, we don't have feelings. We got to be strong and tough. You know, we're guys. We actually have feelings and emotions, you know. I think it takes more strength to access those feelings and express them than to cover up and have that facade of being a tough man. You know?
And I guess you're doing that with your most current single that we're going to hear a little bit later on in the show. Tell us a little bit about Until We Meet Again, because that's very personal for you, isn't it?
Oh, it's one of the hardest songs I've ever had to write. I lost my mother to cancer 2 years ago.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
5 years she had pancreatic cancer, and she actually fit the stereotype. They say once you get pancreatic cancer, it takes 5 years. And I watched her go through so many things. Cancer, and so millions of people are affected by cancer. It is one of the most dilapidating ways to go, you know, and what I saw. And I hear a lot about cancer, but I never hear anyone speaking about the nitty-gritty, about what actually happens. And so many people have not dealt with the pain of what they've seen, either if they've been through cancer or had a loved one go through cancer. Yeah. So Until We Meet Again is a song where I actually describe what I saw and what I went through to the realest that I could. You know, I was crying throughout the whole writing process, and it's also a dedication to my mum. Now, I've seen this song. I was playing it to someone in Kalgoorlie there was a cleaner in the room, a stranger. I had no idea who this lady was. And after the song, she literally pushed past this person, hugged me and was crying and said, thank you. And I was like, whoa, this song's powerful. You know, it allows people who haven't dealt with the pain to actually have some sort of acceptance and acknowledgement. And once you have acceptance and acknowledgement, healing can start. You know, healing can't start until it's acknowledged, you know. So this song kind of gives someone the opportunity to do that.
And I guess music is such a powerful art form that it can bring out those emotions and those feelings, and using it in a hip-hop sense of the word really can create something quite powerful.
Definitely.
So we look forward to hearing you perform it a little bit later on. For people at home who are listening to your story and feel that they resonate with it, where can they find out more about the song and the single and the work that you're doing?
So if you can go on Facebook under Truth Music, www.facebook.com/Truth Music. You can also go on to Reach One, Teach One Truth. If you just type in Reach One, Teach One Truth, TROOTH, my big mug will come up and you just click on it and send me a message and I can send you the song. Plus the video is out as well, which was a great video. It turned out really, really well.
Fabulous. Can't wait to have a look. Good luck with the performance a little bit later on, and thank you very much for sharing such a very personal and touching part of your life with us here on the couch today.
Not a problem, Demelza. Thank you.
No problems. It's back to you, Fred.
Thank you very much, Demelza. Great interview. And we will see Truth at the end of the show, as per Demelza's saying. And we'll see you at the end of this commercial break with some comedy with Steve Collins. Stay tuned. The Pontificants are coming.
And welcome back to the couch. Hello, I'm not Fred Mafrica. See, I don't have enough hair to be Fred, but I do have the spread as well. My name's Steve Collins, and I am here. We've got a brand new segment called The Pontificants. The Pontificants is featured every Wednesday night on Radio 6PR in Perth at 11 p.m. as part of Chris Ilsley's Perth Tonight program. It's a panel show. It's been very successful. And so I'd like to introduce you to our panellists in just a minute. But why are we called the Pontificants? Because these guys here, they will pontificate about anything. So I'd like to introduce them to you. First of all, we've got Mick Gledhill. Hi,
hey,
Mick,
Steve.
how you going?
G'day, mate.
Good, you're looking handsome for change, that's good. And Simone Springer, how you going, Simone?
Wonderful, thank you, Steve.
Your hair matches the backdrop. Thank you very
planned it.
much for thinking about that. We've got Glenn Miles sitting next to Simone. Glenn.
Hello.
Welcome. And we've got our youngest member there, Elijah James. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Are you shaving yet or not?
Just the moustache part.
That's the moustache part. That's the best part. So, Elijah, what we're going to do is we're going to start with you. But first of all, I'm going to explain what we're doing. We've got 4 segments in this, and what we do. The first one is called Plagiarising the Proverb. And in this, I give the pontificants the first half of a well-known proverb. They have to change it. They have to give us a second half, and they have to give an answer which completely changes the original meaning. Are you ready, pontificants?
Ready. Yep.
All right, here we go, and it'll be you first, Elijah. A fish always rots.
But it doesn't smell as bad as the Kardashians' new perfume.
And Glenn, a fish always rots.
When you forget to feed it.
Never learned by a fish review. Simone, a fish always rots.
But Macca's chips look youthfully radiant until the end of time.
And Mick, a fish always rots.
In Dad's hubcaps.
Oh, there's a story behind that, I
certainly
bet.
is.
Did you actually do that? Put it in the...
I'm not going to give it away,
debate?
mate.
No, okay,
There's
all right.
nothing about it.
Our next proverb, children should be seen, and it's you, Glenn. Children should be seen...
Before being purchased.
Simone, children should be seen.
But not given a drum kit.
Mick, children should be seen.
During a police pursuit.
And Elijah, children should be seen.
Not touched.
Oh, good guess. Very, very good. And we'll start with you, Hermione. Don't bite the hand.
From the morgue.
Mick, don't bite the hand.
At the Macca's window.
Elijah, don't bite the hand.
Once the safe word has been said.
Glenn, don't bite the hand.
You're not going to eat it.
And our last one, we'll start with you this time, Mick. Are you ready? Revenge is a dish
with no cutlery.
Elijah, revenge is a dish.
That's not very highly rated on Yelp.
And Glenn, revenge is a dish.
That I love to cook.
I bet you do. I'll come round to your place. And Simone, revenge is a dish.
Best served as dessert, because otherwise it'll ruin the whole meal.
That's excellent. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go on to segment 2 called the Limerick Leader. Now, the Limerick Leader, it's the local paper for Limerick Island. In true Limerick tradition, they only print stories as 5 lines of rhyme. As a sub-editor, you must take these stories as they come off the wires and translate them into 5 lines of rhyme ready for publication. So we'll start with you. Simone, we're going to start with you this time. I'm going to read out the wire, the stories that comes in, and you've got to give us the limerick. A pilot was forced to make an emergency landing after a row caused by a passenger who refused to stop farting. The passenger apparently kept the braking wind on board a Transavia Airlines flight from Dubai to Amsterdam Schiphol last weekend. The 2 Dutchmen sitting next to him didn't take very well to his flatulence, but the unashamed man was apparently not put off and refused to hold back. Despite a warning from the pilot, a fight between the 2 men broke out, causing the flight to be diverted to Vienna Airport. Police boarded the plane with dogs and removed 2 sisters and the 2 men after the pilot made a report about passengers on the rampage. They've all been banned from Transavia Airlines, who say that the 2 girls were also involved in a fight. In a statement they said, "Our crew must ensure a safe flight. When passengers pose risks, they immediately intervene. Our people are trained for that. They know very well where the boundaries are. Transavia is therefore square behind the cabin crew and pilots." Transavia? I think I'm in Transylvania. I think I went to Dracula, I think there. So, Simone, what's your 5-line story?
Limerick. A passenger found himself without a friend when his constant gas did offend. He turned the plane into a Dutch oven, which the other passengers were not loving. Lucky no one lit a match, or it would have been the end.
Good work. Good work.
Okay, passengers on a flight were smarting, redirected to Vienna due to farting. The smell was a bit much, emanating from a bloke's crutch, and he was arrested for aerial sharting.
And Elijah.
Now, there once was a man on a flight. His stomach did not feel all right. He let out a toot and was given the boot after it all ended up in a fight.
And Glenn.
Flight paths have fallen apart, all due to a man and his fart. He refused to hold them in, so he got punched in the chin. Police report the stench off the chart.
Well, congratulations. You're all very, very good editors of the Limerick Leader. I think we'll start with you this time, Glenn. And this is our second story. An employee of the Jefferson County morgue in Texas died after being accidentally cremated by one of his co-workers. I shouldn't be laughing. This is tragic for someone. According to the Beaumont Police Department, 48-year-old Henri Paul Johnson decided to take a nap on a stretcher after working for 16 hours straight. While he was sleeping, another employee mistook him for the corpse of a 52-year-old car accident victim and carried him to the crematory. Before anyone could notice the mistake, he had already been exposed to temperatures ranging between 1400 to 18 hours degrees Fahrenheit and reduced to ashes. Jenna Davis, one of Henri Johnson's co-workers, says she heard him scream for about 15 seconds after the crematory was activated. Wouldn't that be a great way to somebody's left the fire on? At first, we didn't understand where the sound was coming from. When we realised what was happening, it was too late. We shut down the heating system, but he was already dead. Ms. Davies claims that the young co-worker who caused the accident was a new employee and had forgotten to check the toe tag to make sure he had the right body. Wouldn't have made a mistake with me, would he?
That's a bit
The police have opened an investigation to determine the exact circumstances surrounding Mr. Johnson's death. Glenn, what is your kindly epitaph for this person?
Right. After burning bodies for 16 hours straight, to bed Mr. Johnson could not wait. In the oven he was placed, with no time to waste, and his scream suggested, too late.
Simone?
The importance of not sleeping on the job. What can happen if you're a lazy snob? Wasn't the new guy's face red when he didn't check the toe tag and his co-worker was dead? But they didn't have to pay him, so at least they saved a bob.
Economics, that's great, isn't it? Yeah. And Mick?
Okay, Jefferson Morgue had an employee croak, accidentally cremated by some young bloke. It wasn't a dream. Hearing his scream, poor Henry's afternoon nap went up in smoke.
And Elijah?
There once was a man who was tired. His location no body inquired. When he was sedated, his body cremated. Now Henri's not the only one fired.
Oh, that was excellent, guys. I enjoyed that. Yeah, that'd be pretty. Yeah, I mean, if you're a co-worker there, you'd be thinking to yourself, geez, I hope he hasn't finished his lunch.
Especially when your toes are the same size as your head, right?
Yes, we say, oh, look, there's a few Savaloys just there. Our segment 3 is Say It With a Song. Now, in this one, Pontificants, I'm going to give you a situation and you have to describe that situation with the title of a known song. And Mick, I think we might start off with you this time. And the situation is your Wi-Fi has carked it and you can't get online.
I've got no satisfaction, Rolling Stones.
Well, as a Stones fan, I'll applaud that one.
The same age as him, anyway.
Elijah, your Wi-Fi has carked it and you can't get online.
Well, as a millennial, I'm going to have to go with R.E.M's It's the End of the World as We Know It.
And Glenn, your Wi-Fi has carked it and you can't get online.
Got to go a power ballad. I want to know what love is.
Are you going to sing that or are you just going to say it?
I was going to say it.
Oh, okay, all right, fair enough. And I'm hoping you're going to sing yours, Simone, because I know that you have a wonderful voice. Your Wi-Fi is carked it and you can't get online.
I've got, hello, is it me you're looking for?
And we'll start with you this time, Elijah. Whoops! Your new shoes have 2 left shoes in the box. What song does that describe?
There's a song by Patti Liddell called Shoe Was on the Other Foot.
Well, both feet, apparently. And Glenn, whoops! Your new shoes have 2 shoes left in the box.
Go on, Run DMC, walk this way.
And, well, you would know more about shoes than the rest of us put together, Simone. So, whoops, your new shoes have 2 left shoes in the box.
I've got, I can't dance, I can't talk. Only thing about me is the way that I walk.
And Mick, whoops, your 2 new shoes have 2 left shoes in the box.
I've got Stop Me From Falling by Kylie Minogue.
Are you going to sing that one?
No.
At least put the
I don't want to get
shorts on.
arrested,
Yeah.
right?
No, we don't want him singing things very much.
I like those gold shorts.
Glenn, we're going to start with you on this next one. Say it with a song. A local store has a fabulous sale that you can't miss.
Well, I'm going to pop some tags. Got $20 in my pocket.
Yep.
Gift shop, Macklemore Mall.
Oh, now this will be one for you, Simone, because I bet you love sales. A local store has a fabulous sale that you can't miss.
I've got Depeche Mode, I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough.
And Mick, you probably wouldn't know what this was all about. A local store has a fabulous sale that you can't miss.
I know, this is on behalf of my mum, and I've got Raining Glitter by Kylie Minogue again, right?
And Elijah, a local store has a fabulous sale you can't miss.
I took inspiration from my bank account as a student. 50 cent window shopper.
And our final segment, this is called Zingers. Finish off these jokes. Each pontificant has to finish the rest of the joke. These are known jokes, but your answers must be original. You forgot that? And Mick, we'll start with you this time, because I'm sure that you have one for this particular topic. I'm on a whiskey diet.
Every time I fly, Steve.
Elijah, I'm on a whiskey diet.
I'm on a whiskey diet. It's really tough. I whisk I wasn't.
Oh, what a great pun.
He's not even a dad,
right? He probably doesn't know what whiskey is. He's so young. Glenn, I'm on a whiskey diet.
And vodka workout program. I've got a gin membership.
And Simone, I'm on a whiskey diet.
And a diet never tasted so unemployed.
See, my answer would have been I'm on a whiskey diet, scotch and dregs. Okay, our second one, and this is for you, Elijah. Most of my life is spent avoiding conflict.
That's why I never go to the Maya end of season sales.
Glenn, most of my life is spent avoiding conflict.
Because the first rule of Fight Club.
Oh. And Simone, most of my life is spent in conflict.
True story. Do you want to fight about it?
No! Jeez, I'll have to take you on. And,
Should win too.
Mick, most of my life is avoid spending conflict.
That's Centrelink.
Yeah, that'd be right. That's true. And finally, we'll start with you this time, Elijah. A skeleton walks into the bar.
He orders a Johnny Walker. I bet he whiskey didn't.
Glenn, a skeleton walks in the bar.
The bartender says, "How's the whiskey diet, Jim?"
Simone, a skeleton walks into the bar.
And says, "Want a bone?"
Oh. And finally, Mick, a skeleton walks in the bar.
And plays Skinny Girls on the jukebox.
Pontificans, thanks very much. Mick Gledhill, Simone Springer, Greg Miles, and Elijah James. Thank you very much. I'm going to move soon. Don't forget, we may be back in a month's time, and I'm going to move out, and Fred is going to move back into this chair behind the desk. Thanks for watching The Couch. Be back soon.
Welcome back to The Couch. We didn't give away our Scoot flight to Singapore, so we're going to try again. Let's get straight into it. Desmond Childs from Seaford Rise in South Australia. We are dialing you. You better pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. And I hope you're not watching this recorded, because there's no point picking up the phone, because we ring you live, you see, on a Sunday. So let's dial the number and we'll give him 5 rings. Desmond Childs from Seaford Rise in South Australia. Let's hear the calls. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. And that's 5. You miss out. I'm giving it to a relative. That's it. If you'd like to be part of the fantastic game we call Pick Up the Phone. Folks, let me just be very obvious. You must pick up the phone. We're not going to ring you from a phone that says The Couch. We don't want you to know we're ringing. You must pick up the phone. So please, we call you at around this time between 1 and 7 o'clock on a Sunday. If your phone rings, pick up the phone or you're going to lose. Now, thanks to Scoot, we were giving away a wonderful, wonderful flight to Singapore. To win, all you have to do is send me an SMS to 0439 929 929. That's 0439 929 929. Send the code word Scoot on there with your name and address, or you can actually email it as well to scoot@thecouch.com.au. Anywhere in Australia, please enter. We've given away heaps of these. This will be week 5. Next week, we're going to probably give away 2 of these trips. Please enter. Please win. Be different. Fly Scoot. Over to you. We're going to do some cooking, Nisha. Over to you on the centre stage, Fresh and Local.
Thanks, Fred, and welcome to another segment of Fresh and Local. Welcome, Igor.
Hi, Nisha. How are you?
Very well. Now,
good.
Excited today. We're cooking tiramisu. Let's get straight into it.
Yes.
What are some of the ingredients?
Yes. So we got cocoa powder for the top of the cream layer of the tiramisu.
Lovely.
Yes, and we got our sugar for our cream.
Beautiful.
Yes. And then our egg yolk for the cream as well.
Fantastic. So 5 egg yolks in there.
Yes, 5. Yeah,
Wonderful.
exactly.
Now, what's this delightful looking liquid
So
here?
that's the coffee for our biscuits, and the coffee is used to mix it with a bit of milk and a little bit of sugar at your taste, obviously. If you like more sugar,
I can
obviously,
taste test that later a bit more. And these,
this is the biscuit. It's like a Savoyardi biscuit, and they're perfect for tiramisu.
I stayed up late doing that last night.
That's our mascarpone cream cheese, and that is going with our cream as well. Yeah.
Wonderful, beautiful. So what's our first step? What do we do first?
So first, I think I will start with the cream. So first thing, we're going to put the egg like that.
Beautiful.
I will do the hard part, and I would like to do the easy part.
Thank you. That's good.
So here we got our sugar.
Sugar, beautiful.
And then.
Do you prepare this normally prior to your dinner guests coming over as well?
Yeah, this is basically, I have to stay in in the fridge at least for 4-6 hours.
4 to 6 hours.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
If you make it the day before, it's even better. But if you make it for dinner, just start to do it at the lunchtime. It was good.
Wonderful. Yeah,
It's
you do
good.
need a bit of muscles for
Yeah,
this part, so
yeah,
I can
yeah.
see why
Like
you're
that.
doing it. Yeah.
And when it starts to change the color, it starts to become a little bit wider. That's means that the cream is ready. And then we can pour
Beautiful.
in our mascarpone cream.
Lovely.
Like that.
Fantastic.
There you go.
So, Igor, how's life going? You run a
Yeah,
very,
very
wonderful business
good.
too.
Yeah, very good
Tell
business.
us about your business as
So
well.
yeah, it's Piadina della Donna. It's in Drovers Place at 61. I got the wonderful news that now the people can find us even on Google Map.
Oh, that's very helpful.
And on Apple Map as well. So
Okay,
if you want to put just on your phone, like put Piadina della Nonna, it will take you straight to us.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah. So
This is looking good.
as you can see, like the cream is ready for our mascarpone. So I will give you this to you,
Thank you.
like that, and I'll do the parts of the biscuits,
Okay.
like that. So if you want to put like a bit of cream on the bottom of the plate, and then
I'm
we
using a
can-
very technical method here.
Yeah, that's okay. And you spread a bit like on the bottom, like to make a little square, bit,
Okay.
like that. Yeah, perfect.
That was much.
A little
okay.
bit more,
I'll keep going.
like that. Perfect. That's good. That's good.
No, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's good. That's fine.
Wonderful.
So now we're gonna put the biscuit. When we dip in the biscuit in the coffee, obviously, we don't have to stay inside too much because otherwise they get soaked too much of
Okay.
the
We don't
coffee.
want soggy biscuits.
Soggy biscuit and
Biscuits.
and biscuits. Yeah.
I like that better.
and plus they will broke. So there you
Okay.
go. So now we can put another layer of cream on the top, like that. Yeah, perfect. Just a little bit. That's it. Cool.
Not putting too much.
Perfect, perfect. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
And then now we put like obviously we're going to put the other level of biscuit. We're gonna cross them,
Oh.
so it will keep more the shape, obviously.
I can see why a tiramisu is a pick-me-up. I'm really
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
a bit
yeah, yeah.
happy on the fumes.
Like that.
Okay.
There you go. And we can put and cover all the top with the cream again.
Okay. Now I
You
am
can put a
using-
little bit more if you want. Like that.
Is a spatula best to use? Am I doing okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect, perfect. Like that. That's good. That's good. Okay, right. So now we're gonna put our cocoa powder on the top, like that,
How important is it to sieve the cocoa powder?
like that.
Yeah,
That's right.
beautiful. Oh, that looks lovely.
Yeah, that's
Very
right.
good.
And now it is like that. Basically, we can put like in a fridge for 4-6 hours, and the cream will take more, and the biscuit like to get more the flavor of the coffee. So,
Beautiful.
yeah,
That's amazing. That's
very
quite easy, to do.
and yeah, quick.
Oh,
Made.
fantastic. Oh, Fred appears when they're ready.
Well, can I just say, I've been working late nights at fresh from the actual
Yeah,
cafetiere.
cafetiere,
That was a good
yeah,
coffee.
yeah, that was good
Normally
coffee,
you
yeah.
put it in a cup, but I can't be bothered. Thank you very much. Can I just say, Piadina della Nonna is doing really, really well.
Yeah, very, very well.
What sort of food can people get at Piadina?
So they can have like our fresh crescioni. There
Mhm.
is like this kind of pocket with inside
Yep.
bacon and egg or
Just have my
sausage
vodka.
onion and yeah. And then we got the piadina as well. There's this Italian flatbread with prosciutto, rocket and cheese, or salami, rocket and
Now,
cheese.
what's this about the coffee? Someone said, oh, he's got really good coffee. I said, yeah, right.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, we got a very good coffee.
Yep.
So like now is going like we're going to buy this coffee from Blacklist, and we are very happy. And yeah, so
Fantastic.
very, very, very good.
So Piadina della Nonna is on the website. People can find
Yeah,
it.
you
We've got
can
the
find
website.
on piadina.com.au.
Yep. I think we've
And-
got the website coming up on screen very soon. But
Yeah.
can I say to you, people, what times do you open? Because people said, I went there and he wasn't there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes, usually the time is for 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. But most of the time, 7:30, I'm always open. Like
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Now, are you going to be there over summer? Because summer's coming up. People
yeah,
are going to be there
yeah,
every day.
yeah, that every day.
Beautiful.
Like obviously, yeah, yeah.
And what did I hear about your flour? You're milling your own flour.
We're milling our own flour as well. So
Is that legal?
Yeah, it
You
is.
can?
It
Oh, good to
is,
hear.
It is. yeah. After, like, obviously, you have to ask a lot of permits for
No,
to do
I'm
that.
just
Obviously,
joking.
yeah,
But
yeah.
what's special about milling your own flour? Why should we mill our own flour?
Basically, the good part is that I'm buying my organic wheat, and then basically it's just milled by this machine. And I'm not adding anything, no sugar or no salt. Yeah.
Nisha wants to.
Yeah, she wants to have a test.
Can I try that one as well?
You can try that one.
Because I want to try, because
That
we
we
actually
prepared
made one
earlier.
about an hour ago just in case we didn't get time. But I'm going to try this one
no
that's on
worries.
set at the moment.
I was going to eat straight out of there if that plate wasn't coming.
This one
So-
will be easier even to cut.
Nah, this one's no good. Put it on my table.
This looks amazing. Is that a normal serving size or would that be?
Yeah, it's quite.
Do you know what I like about that
size,
one? That is the perfect serving size. I think, Nisha, you're going to try it as well. Can we? This is one that you tried it up. When is the best time to have tiramisu?
Usually it's like for dinner, like as a dessert, obviously.
That is amazing.
But yeah, it needs to stay in the freezer for 4 or 5 hours
And
at least.
I'm Italian, but you were saying the name behind tiramisu, is that pull me off?
Pull me up.
Pull me up. I thought I missed.
Or pick me up, lift me up.
I thought, what would you be doing? Is that when you're sleeping, you need to get up? Fantastic. Piadina della Nonna.
Piadina
It's
della
wonderful.
Nonna.
Nisha's heading over to the US
yeah.
when she finishes eating. Thank you for your company, folks. We're going to leave you with Truth with a wonderful song dedicated to his mum. Until we meet again, which is our song as well. We'll see you next week. Thank you to Igor. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to the crew. Bye-bye.
Bye.
In the night, I feel it deep inside your spirit. I've been crying out to you, and I need you to know that I love you dearly, forever in my heart. I'll always remember inside me a soul lives on.
I wish I knew the love you have for me was never ending. I took it for granted while your heart was needing some mending. If I could turn back the hands of time, I get these hands of mine and inject your cancer right deep into my damn mind. So you would never see a day of suffering. That saying, got till it's gone, is now what I suffer in. I'm sorry, Mom, for all the pain that I caused you. You carried my demons with you like you were forced to. Driving around in the middle of the night, worried about me while I was with some strangers getting high. You always stuck up for me when Dad just wanted to punish. Even when we fought, your silence meant that you always kept your promise, that you protect your little cup, cause I was the youngest. Only now that you're gone, your righteousness has me astonished. Even though it seems we are but worlds apart, I'll always keep you eternally right in my heart.
In the night, I feel it.
I feel
deep
it.
inside your spirit.
Your
I've been
spirit.
crying out to you, and I need you to know that I love you dearly, forever in my heart.
Until the day that we meet in the sky.
I'll always remember inside me a soul lives on.
I remember when you told me you were gonna die. The doctors couldn't do nothing for you but say goodbye. All of us knew we were in for one hell of a ride. God's will for you was something we couldn't deny. But I had no idea what I was about to witness, and question even if I had the emotional fitness to watch every part of you destroyed from your sickness. Only once did I cry out to God, what is this? For hours I saw you run to the toilet hugging on it. The noise echoes of your voice as you vomit. For days lying on the couch with a depressed look, and all I could do was sit just to read the good book. You had no words but your eyes said your time was limited. I know how sad you were because that family never visited. Mom, I wish I could have taken all of your burdens. I would have died for you of that fact I'm certain.
In the night, I feel it. Deep inside your spirit. I've been crying out to you, and I need you to know that I love you dearly, forever in my heart.
Hey,
I'll always remember.
Sing it, Birdie.
Inside me, a soul lives on.
I watched as you went from walking slow to not at all. Hearing you crying to yourself, praying for your fall. I know towards the end you weren't afraid of your death. You told me you wanted to go so you could be at rest. Then the medicine started to take your speech. Watching you at night, head bowed at your swollen feet. All I could do was shower you with hugs and kisses while the drug made you stare looking off in the distance. We would play you all of your favorite songs. Then reality would hit when you wouldn't even respond. The time had come that we were all waiting for, when you would leave us and walk through heaven's doors. I watched as you slowly departed from this earth. My beautiful mother, you gave me so much more than just birth. You will always be with me until after my end. I love you, Mom, until we meet again.
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Crown and Andrews Board Games. Fun for the whole family. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.